Today we're going to be doing this video in 3 different parts. Part 1 is going to be telling you all about these shoes that are coming to us today in hand. 2 of the rarest sample shoes in the world, both from the Adidas line, and they're awesome looking shoes, and actually I have a sort of personal history with both of them, which is great to see them at the channel. Part 2 is the actual video of them in hand from our good friend Seabass_photos is his Instagram handle. Please go and check him out over there and drop a comment on one of his photos and follow him over there on Instagram. So he'll be showing us these sneakers in hand, 2 of the rarest in the world, absolutely beautiful sneakers. And then the part 3, we'll talk about the guy himself who's brought those sneakers to us and the movement that ties us all together. So that's the way that this video is going to shake down. Part 1, like I said, is the shoes in hand, and there's 2 different Adidas shoes coming at us from Seabass_photos, and they're both Adidas shoes. Now, one of them is a player exclusive and the other one is a prototype, so they're not really samples, which is what Seabass_photos is really known for, is his sample collection, but they are insanely rare shoes, and he'll talk to you about, you know, why they're rare and how they you know, went out there in the world, how many of each pair there are, and those kind of things. But what I wanted to talk to you guys about before we go there is what the shoes are, so that you kind of know where we're going with this, because sometimes when somebody's showing you shoes and you don't know the backstory to it, it kind of makes it a bit difficult to sort of like relate to the shoes. So shoe number 1 that we want to talk about is the Ultra Boost Parlay, right? The Ultra Boost Parlay line has been going on for, I would go for 3, maybe 4 years now, and it prototyped with this guy right here. I think this was shoe 1, as far as I know it's shoe 1, and it's a shoe that Seabass_photos is going to be showing us today. This is not shoe 1, this is shoe 89, or whichever shoe it is in the line of Parlays they are. I own a pair of Ultra Boost Uncaged Parlays, and what we're looking at here is the latest version of those Ultra Boost Uncaged Parlays, and they're very different from the ones I own. I think mine are either 3.0 or 4.0, I can't remember which. I don't even know if there's a 3.0 or 4.0. I know there's 3.0 and 4.0 caged, but I don't know about the uncaged version, but it is a very beautiful shoe. I think I own 3 pairs of uncaged Adidas Ultra Boost Uncaged, and 1 is Parlay. But this one behind me here is an upcoming release. You know, correction on that, I think this is already dropped, but I did do a video about this, and it is the uncaged Parlays, and I was very disappointed with that because I wanted them to take either the 2019 Ultra Boost or the 2020 Ultra Boost, take the cage off, because I think either way would be a beautiful shoe, but that's not what they did with this. It is just a standard sort of I don't know, it's a very simple sort of silhouette for an Ultra Boost Uncaged. But what's important about it is the lines throughout the side of it and the stitching in there, because they represent the Parlay line. And if we flip back to the prototype, which you're going to see in hand in a couple of seconds time, you can see that the prototype has a much tighter sort of tighter knit, shall we say, on that stitching that runs horizontally across the whole length of the sneaker. And then back to this most recent variant, and you can see it's got much fewer threading in there, and that threading is very important. You'll hear in the video where that comes from, but it's to do with taking plastics out of the ocean, recycling them and using them in shoes, so they're literally reducing the amount of waste in the ocean. It's really important to me that people understand that, because it's not just about doing what you can to stop waste, it's what's already out there. The oceans are full of there's literally islands of trash floating in the oceans, and what the Parlay line has done is taken some of that, recycled it into materials that can be used to make sneakers, and then they've come out with this Parlay line that's got many different sneakers in it, and this one here is the latest version, and then flipping back to the one that Seabass_photos is going to show us today is the prototype. So it's good to have that kind of story, to know where it came from. For me personally, the first time I saw this shoe was in our good friend Shoe Butter's collection. There are a few of them out there. I'm not going to tell you the number because Seabass tells you the number in the photos. So, but there are a handful of them. I think a handful is the best way to put that, and they are amazing. The story behind them incredible, and they're such beautiful shoes, such a rare shoe, and such a great story for our planet. It's a great shoe to be able to have in hand at the channel. And then shoe number 2 is going to be the Ultra Boost 1.0 Miami Hurricane shoe, which is a classic colorway, and I know there's a 4.0, and I wonder if there's 3.0s and 2.0s as well. I know the 4.0s go for like $300 or $400 on StockX, but the 1.0s go for way up there, like in the thousands of dollars bracket. And it's the same with those Ultra Boost prototypes, the Parlays, they go for many thousands of dollars. Both of them peaked a while ago, and they're not as expensive now to buy as they were back then. But they are very, very rare shoes. These Miami Hurricanes Ultra Boost 1.0s are the player exclusives that go to University of Miami athletes, and they were a really big shoe back in the day because the Ultra Boost 1.0 was a real game changer for Adidas, and it was a new sort of direction for sneakers with that Ultra Boost full sole on the bottom there, and also that silhouette that has become a classic silhouette, Ultra Boost 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, 4.0. So it's another great shoe to have in the channel. So what we're going to do now is we're going to hop over and see Seabass_photos, and he's going to take us through the two shoes. There's a sneaky little shoe on the right as well that he doesn't take us into, and hopefully another day he will take us there as well. And then after this video, we'll talk about the movement that ties us all together and how me and Seabass_photos got together to have him dropping content on my channel, which I super appreciate it. For now though, let's go have a look at the shoes, and then I'll come back in a minute and we'll talk about that connection. Over to you, Seabass_photos.
Got some cool shoes here again for you guys today. I thought I would show you, give you a little more insight and look at some of the stuff people do not get to see and the stuff that is very rare. I'm not sure if they've shown you guys these yet, but these are the Parlay 1 out of 50. Basically, there were 50 pairs of these made just for influencers when Adidas started to first work with Parlay. These shoes were designed basically to use fishing nets. So this is repurposed fishing wire, fishing net that was reclaimed from the ocean. Basically to show how they're going to put these into their products and become more sustainable and create something really cool and special. So they come in a really cool box, Adidas Parlay. You can see that this is pair 16 out of 50, and they all come in a really cool box. Feel free to pause the video and give this a cool read of a little more description of the shoe. Cool thing about the box, the ink is all water-based, the box is all recycled, so the whole purpose is to create less waste, to really create a product that is sustainable in itself and to help create waste, and really something special and cool that not many people get to see. I think we will start seeing this year maybe some remakes with a little bit less of the knitting. We might also see a few 4D versions of the shoe, but I thought this might be something cool you guys would love to see. And hopefully maybe a more GR version of them will be coming for you guys to maybe purchase and have in your collection. But this is the 1 out of 50 pairs. So these are the Ultra Boost Hurricanes. If I might have the name wrong, excuse me if I am. So these were player exclusive for one of the schools. Only players of the university were able to have them and got access to them. So they're very rare, very expensive shoes. They're not actually samples, but they were produced, like I said, just for sports players of the school. Very rare size. A lot of the athletes were bigger sizes, but quite a few smaller samples I've seen recently. So really cool and rare. Hope you guys enjoy, and maybe we can show off some more cool, rare, and cool samples one day soon. Thanks, guys, and feel free to check out my Instagram page, Seabass_photos. Would really love to see some button movement support, some really cool pictures of all the shoes. Yeah, sorry, this is all new for me, so I really hope you guys enjoy.
And there you have it, two absolutely iconic Adidas sneakers. They're not samples, like I said. One's a sort of prototype and the other one is that player exclusive, but they are absolutely beautiful and you never see them in hand. Two incredible pairs of sneakers, and I'm really glad to be able to bring them to you and to have somebody come and drop content on my channel where we can show those sneakers in hand, because that's the plan for this channel in the future, but it's taken me a while to get there. But we'll get there. We'll get the sneakers in hand a lot more as the channel continues to grow. But that whole tie-up with Seabass_photos came from that tie-up with Shoe Butter. As you know, Shoe Butter has been a big part of my sneaker life when the Butter movement was around and I was dropping content on that channel. And then when that channel got taken away by YouTube, then I started going along with this channel. And it's a totally different beast, obviously, but that's where the tie-up came, was between Shoe Butter and the Butter movement, and Seabass_photos was an OG Butter Squad guy. So it's great to have him dropping content on the channel. It's great to have shoes in hand. I do want to have shoes in hand as often as possible, but I'm just just not that wealthy. I'd love to have shoes in hand every single day, but that's just not going to happen yet. But as the channel grows, I'll be able to tie it up with one of the local sneaker stores here in Tokyo, Japan, and hopefully that way I'll be able to get you some pretty rare sneakers in hand, and the channel just continue to grow and grow. For now, it's time for me to thank Seabass_photos for his content. Totally appreciate it. Something I could not do. He's got a great collection. This is the third time he's dropped the videos for me and content for me, already showing some of his extremely rare samples off to the channel, which I truly appreciate it. So definitely head over to Instagram and Seabass_photos and give him a follow and comment on some of his photographs. For now though, it's time for me to sign off and finish this one up. It is as usual late at night. I'm just checking the clock out and it's just before midnight on Monday, and this video should go live on Tuesday. So it's another one of those, these daily drops I'm trying to squeeze in while we're in this semi-lockdown. I'm working from home, got the green screen at home and all that kind of stuff. So fingers crossed I can keep it going. For now though, time to sign off. Thank you guys for checking out another day of content at the Tokyo Bara Sneaker channel, where you get that daily sneaker content. And tomorrow we'll be back with another sneaker review and something of the upcoming sneaker releases variety. For now though, thank you for checking in today. But as I do this every single day, that means that you are guaranteed to see me tomorrow.